Hey y'all, it's your girl Ness of Glamour by Ness, and welcome to my channel. And I am kicking off a new series where we're talking about all of the transitions that I'm currently going through. So if you're new here, welcome. I am your makeup artist and your glam guru navigating beauty and growth. All right, so welcome. Do hit the like and subscribe button. And I do have notes here just to make sure I'm not running off on a whole tangent. So this video is going to be titled, I don't know if I'll change it though, but this video is going to be titled essentially From Claims to Compliance. Oh, I like the sound of that. From claims, I'm being compliant. I'm walking in my purpose. I like it. But truly, from claims to compliance, my next chapter. So again, if I'm looking down, I just don't want to be rambling on here. But honestly, y'all, I'm literally in my late 30s. I'm about to exit that chapter real soon. And I'm switching careers again, but this time on purpose. Honestly, Adjuster Life taught me a lot, and I don't like it. And I'm done pretending that I do, truly. I've done a good job of not complaining as much, but in essence, just to reel you guys in, I started my career in human resources. I spent over 10 years in human resources, and I got tired of the riffs. And honestly, it's just a fancy way of saying you're fired. I got tired of being fired, y'all. I'm a phenomenal employee. I don't need to tell y'all that, but I really am. But when reorgs happen, when budget cuts are happening, and in the current climate that we're in too, it is just wild. And the job market is so hard, which we'll get more into that. I decided to go into the insurance industry chasing money. And anytime you're chasing money, it literally runs away from you. You need to chase purpose. And that's what I have determined. And that's what I'm chasing. I am chasing my purpose. And that is why, and to God honest truth, I'm transitioning out of the insurance industry and going back into the HR industry. HR stands for human resources. But this time around, you guys, I'm not doing it from a place of survival. I have been in survival mode and currently exiting out as I'm recording this, which is why I am recording this. This is almost cathartic for me to release this out into the world and bring you guys in that journey with me. So I'm leaving the insurance industry and I'm pivoting back into HR, specifically compliance, because it's purposeful. Not only that, your girl don't work too hard to get these certifications, to get these licenses that are expensive. So my thought behind it is, if I am going to go into my old career, I still want to utilize the skill sets, the certifications, the licenses that I currently have. And what better way to do that than to marry the two? And in bringing those two industries together, you get HR compliance, human resources compliance. That, what titles fall into that are your HRIS departments, your HR analysts, people operations analysts. So there's a lot of minute attention to detail work. It's data, and essentially everything that I'm doing currently in my current role as an adjuster, I'm just transitioning those skills over to the HR side, which I have those skill sets, I have the lingo, I have the background, I have the experience. So why not, right? And more than anything, I'm also looking at where I am in my life and the journey that I'm embarking on, and where do I want to land, right? I want to land in a safe space. That's number one. But I also want to land somewhere where I know if this is the last job I ever have and this is where I'm retiring, I'm happy with it because I'm chasing purpose and not dollars. Now, the money is important. Run me my coins. Because your girl been in the game for a long time. But I'm choosing purpose over survival mode. And I'm very happy about that. So happy. So what have I learned from adjusting? Similar to HR, in human resources, if you're not honed in on a specific area in HR, for example, talent acquisition, employee relations, etc., or benefits, health and benefits, you kind of wear a multitude of hats, kind of touch everything. But you have to have thick skin. And even being in insurance, you have to have thick skin. In my past videos, you've heard me talk about, or if you have not, check out those videos. But you've heard me talk about, or I've discussed how you're meeting people at their worst. And a lot of the times in HR, there's a lot of compliance things and keeping people within those bounds of compliance, right? So you're oftentimes having to coach employees, have discussions, investigations, and having to deliver difficult news. Similar to insurance, when someone experiences a loss, sometimes you have to deliver news that aren't so kind, and specifically not necessarily even kind, things that they don't want to hear because they assume that they have coverage for something that they do not. And so oftentimes I get the brunt of their frustration, their anger, their hurt, their pain, and it can be taxing. It can be very taxing, much like human resources, right? But attention to detail, documentation, how to speak to people, these are all skills that I have had, but being in insurance, it's definitely elevated my skill set in those specific areas because you're dealing with the Department of Finance, which oversees all of the insurance compliance aspect of it all, right? So with that, it served a purpose, but it's definitely not my forever at all. But what is HR compliance specifically? So with me discussing human resources, I'm talking just in a general sense, but HR compliance requires structure and policy and processes and ethics and accountability, right? So I enjoy the clarity of it all. I enjoy solving problems. Even in what I'm currently doing as an adjuster, it doesn't happen often, but in the instance you get a claim and it's not tied to a policy and you're trying to figure out and navigate, I love those types of investigative things and resolving them too, like that. Oh, that excites me so much, but I want to build a better workplace. And in order to do that, you need clarity, you need purpose, you need structure, you need ethics, you need accountability, you need processes. And HR compliance, they do just that. They achieve and hand over the thought leaders, the C-suite data that supports what is it that they're trying, their objective that they're trying to achieve. Right? And so I really want a career path that essentially gives me growth. It strengthens what I already know, but also gives me an opportunity to be challenged. So in essence, I'm not just going back to HR. Like I said, being purposeful. I'm specializing in a particular area that will allow me to use the new skill sets that I've acquired while also brushing up on what I already know as an HR professional. I'm really being intentional about where I land. Like I said earlier, I want to be in a safe space, not to say that there won't be any issues, or maybe it's not a safe space and I thought it was, but I'm believing that I am going to be in or join a company that fosters growth, safety, just all around, like me feeling good, stability. Now that is a word, stability. not the ever-changing, the rifts, the reorgs, the restructures, etc. Because nobody has time for that. So truly, I'm moving with strategy, not desperation. Even though I so badly want to be back in a corporate setting in that sense. But I much rather be intentional and wait for it, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, your girl has been applying left and right. Do you hear me? Left and right. And it's nothing after rejection, or nothing but rejection. Thank you so much for applying. Although your skill sets are quite impressive, we've decided to go with another candidate that closely aligns with what we're looking for. Fine. You're missing out. You're missing out. Because I'm bomb.org. You're missing out. However, I'm thankful for the rejection. Because rejection is what? Redirection. Girl, nobody has time to be joining a company and then a month in, you're looking for your next opportunity. I don't want to leave one thing that's really not serving me anymore, which I'm thankful for, but it's no longer serving me, only to end up in another situation where I'm like, get me out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in survival mode anymore. I want to be relaxed, catered to, served. I want to help. I want to solve problems. I want to bring solutions. I want to be challenged. And so if that means I am going to get 100 rejections, then so be it, until I finally land my yes. And I know it'll be the right one. So essentially, what am I doing now? You might ask. Great question. Right now, I'm taking courses on Coursera to highlight and beef up my background in HR compliance. I'm building the foundation. So they say you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You feel me? Like, stay ready. So I'm doing the work. I'm updating my resumes. Speaking of which, shout out to Black on the Job. Even though I haven't landed a role yet, I signed up for their career package, I believe it was called. And that entailed revamping my resume and unlimited, I feel like a lifetime of practice interviews. And you guys, shout out to the honey bee herself, because I had a mock interview and it really opened up my eyes to, oh girl, you got some work to do. But I'm so excited about it because I know I'm getting ready. I'm staying ready. That's what I meant to say. I'm staying ready so I can show up as my best self. And that mock interview, it opened my eyes. And of course they recorded it. It was over Zoom. And I not only got the Zoom video so I can review it, I got the questions and the responses, right? Just to practice. And I'm so thankful. So I took it a step further. I'm not only applying for HR roles, because you gotta play smart, not hard, but I'm also, so essentially I'm applying for HR roles, but I'm also applying for HR compliance roles. So in essence, I have to have two different resumes, but I also have to show up as my best self, and I have to have different responses for each position. So I'm practicing that. 10 out of 10. If y'all don't know what Black on the Job is, find out. And you know what? I'll do you one better. I'll even link it in my description so you can find out who they are. They're phenomenal, just amazing. But not only that, I am just remaining positive and trusting in the best possible outcome, because I deserve a soft life, y'all. I deserve a soft life because I worked hard. I worked really hard. So honestly, I'm letting go of ego, being in my late 30s and soon entering a new milestone. It's scary, and there's other things that I'm manifesting too, and we'll get more into that. At the forefront is trusting that I'm not starting from ground zero. I'm starting with experience, and that to me is key. And I'm allowed to pivot. I'm allowed to change my mind. I'm allowed to go back and do things and redo them. So long as God is filling my lungs with air, I have purpose. And I truly believe that. And if you're like me, please let me know. I'm sharing that with you too. You have purpose, and I'm believing in that. And I'm excited for it. I'm anchoring in my Lord and Savior. I am trusting God, and this journey is not for the faint of heart. It does require patience, and sometimes I lose it, and I'll have some raw conversations. What we doing? You got me here, cool, but what are we doing? But honestly, I feel like this season feels I'm growing up, and we're entering the fire horse year if you're into astrology. We're entering a fire horse year, and so there's fast-paced momentum coming in. Like I said, I'm ready. I'm staying ready. I'm not getting ready. You understand? So essentially, I'm choosing obedience over comfort. I'm getting out of my own way, and I'm doing the work. I'm really doing the work. But all of that sounds good, and I really want to be realistic with y'all too. Some days I'm hella motivated. Some days I'm not so motivated. But I'm allowing myself that grace because I am human. You have your good days, you have your bad days, you have your so-so days. But every day I do find something to be grateful for. So whether that is reviewing my interview questions, taking my Coursera course, or just doing nothing at all, just resting, I'm doing it. This series will be one for the books. It'll be a mixture of these videos. I recorded this makeup look because I'm still doing my beauty thing, y'all. And that's a part of my journey as well. Not only on the corporate side, but on my creative side. And after a look, I'll definitely be recording these videos and continuing the series. I'll bring y'all along with some vlogs. Why not? I'm even more excited to learn, are you pivoting? And if so, in what? I'm curious. Am I alone in this? Do I have some folks, some glam Ness babes that are out there pivoting as well? Let me know. I'm excited, y'all. I'm so excited, and I'm not ashamed of the pivot, even though it's later in life. And there's a whole bunch of folks that's really started later in life too, so I'm in great company. I'm like Vera Wang and Colonel Chicken, KFC. Why not? I should know this man's name, but in essence, this is me, okay, choosing peace with a beat face. This is me choosing peace and purpose while still serving this face, all right? The face card is not declining. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated on my career journey, where I'm landing, what interviews I've had. Thus far, I've only had one interview, and I wouldn't even count it as an interview because it was more so like a friend that was like, oh, talk to my recruiter friend. And I have had recruiters reach out, but they're more so interested in claims, and that's not where my heart is. You guys, we're in this together. Okay? If you're in your transition season, I'm rooting for you. Keep going. Pinky promise. All right, cool. I'll see you in my next one.